successfully established itself on 5 continents across the world. Now, what about the 6th continent? What's so different and what's so special about this continent that we would like to focus on here today? Well, the 6th continent is a continent that connects us to the rest of the world. We can also call this continent the continent of travelers.
Or the simple term, travel retail. Or easier than that, duty-free.
Or that. Thus, we would like to establish a second home for these travelers, or as in French we call it, la deuxième maison. Today, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, we would like to open our doors to Monsieur, Madame, bonsoir et bienvenue à l'Hôtel de Lancôme. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We, the Siamese cats.
I'm Sudhavi. And I'm Pemika.
And I'm Waterporn. We would like to welcome you to the pre-launch event of Hotel de Lancôme. Thank you everyone. Now let's see who our guests will be once we have opened the doors to the public.
Thank you, Mr. Waterporn, for such a great opening. Now, let's take a look who the Lancôme customer is right now. Currently, if you take a look, the global average age is between 36 to 45, majority of which are the Chinese traveler. But if all of us here in this hall take a step back and look at the bigger picture of the traveler spending in year 2013, we'll see that this group consists only 25% of the total market share. But if you guys know that this group, 26 to 35, this group consists almost twice as much. And these are very attractive to us, first because they are the second biggest in the basket size for beauty. Second, the hyper-connected behavior allows the marketer like us to easier contact them. So, we'd like to set our missions clear from the beginning to expand our age to be 26 to 35. But reaching this group is not very easy, right guys?
Of course.
That's why we have to learn some certain behavior of this group. There are people who like to have a lot of time to their hand like me, and those who are always in a rush. Knowing only behavior wouldn't be enough. We also need to know what they think of us as a brand. As a brand, they think Lancôme is such a luxury brand, but might not suitable for their age just yet. So, we have to conduct the focus group. Want to know more, how do we serve them better? How do we cater to their specific need? So, from each target group, they have answered that what they need and value right now is that they want to moving towards success in life. They want to be driven towards career. So, they rarely have time for themselves, and they easily feel burnout. When it comes to holiday, they feel like they want to give themselves such a big reward. They want to explore new experiences, try new things, and they don't mind splurging. That's why we, Lancôme today, would like to provide them a sweet, sensational, sweet escape experience and treat these travelers like a queen.
So, how will our hotel concept store make travelers feel like a queen? Well, everyone knows hotel has been catering specifically for the needs and comfort of travelers around the world for centuries. We today, Lancôme, would like to offer them similar experiences in order to make them feel that hotel is not just their second home, but a place for them to fulfill all their indulgence.
For the implementation on how can we treat our guests like a queen, first, we will base on the behavior as we categorized earlier. Now, for those who have time to browse around to our store, we will provide them with an indulgent experience that they couldn't find elsewhere in travel retail. And the store that we are going to present to you will be the flagship model of 26 square meters, which we would like to provide to the top-tier airport first, which is in Dubai, London, Paris, Hong Kong, and in Thailand.
At Hotel de Lancôme, it has been thoughtfully designed to maximize the product exposure and engage with the customer at their every touch point, while deliver the serenity and calmness even in the middle of the busiest place on earth. Perfume, which is the most popular product for Western travelers, while skincare is the best seller for the Asian traveler, will be displayed at the front of the store to attract the best of both worlds. Once the guests step into the hotel, they will be greeted and welcomed by our grand reception. These counters also acts as the express lane for the guests with a QR code to check in and check out. At the reception, there would be various travel exclusive packages where the guests can grab and go, and also the product recommendation shelf for the easier purchasing decision. Additional services will also be provided for the guests, such as the baggage deposit and the gifting service, where the guests can customize their own travel exclusive gifts. After the express lane, I will be able to ask the guests if they have some time to take the tour to our hotel, then proceed them to the first zone. The skincare zone will be represented by the pool and the spa, where the guests can get a relaxing and calm ambience through the running water and the refreshing aroma of the spa. Spatial hot towel and hand massage services will also be provided in the absolute spa section, where they will be pampered with a 5-star service. The next zone is perfume. The guests can experience the new way of tasting perfumes and enjoy the sweet intoxication due to the smelling of the scenic cocktail glass provided at the bar. And lastly, a final touch-up of makeup section in the hotel bathroom, where the guests will be received a 3-minute makeover to ensure that the guests leave our hotel feeling confident and beautiful à la française. Inside have shown that after the guests receive a touch-up from BA, there would be a high chance of additional purchase up to 70%. And lastly, the personalized service delivered in the travel retail. BA would recommend the useful products and tips to our guests depending on the travel destination.
So, with the new store concept and design, it will allow Lancome to stand out from many retailers close by, and also able to attract a new group of travelers and deliver them a unique service at every touchpoint in the store. Now, for those who are in a rush, we will have a personal concierge to provide them with a linear service in the store. But first, let's take a look at a typical scenario found in travel retail. So this is Mr. Warapon, who is currently in a rush but have to shop for his girlfriend back at home. And throughout the presentation, we would like to call this kind of shopper the favorite purchase shoppers. At the same time, Miss Bemika, who just entered the store, currently browsing for her own facial toners. But there are just too many of them to choose from, even from just one brand. So she's waiting to be assisted by the BA. However, you can see that the BA is currently occupied with Mr. Warapon, who is not at all familiar with the beauty product, but has to shop for his girlfriend. So, this limits her to be able to serve customers like Miss Bemika, which is our highly potential customers. As you can observe, the favorite purchase is the common behavior found in our new target group of 26 to 35 years, especially in the Asian market, where both types of customers make up the ratio of 50-50 in travel retails, meaning that we are facing the problem of 50 potential loss in sale due to time wasted on these favorite purchase shoppers. And this will be the first time ever that Lancome is able to provide such a service that no other retailers could. A service that can go far beyond the traveler's expectation, or even the service for the forgotten demand at home. Therefore, we, the Siamese cat, have hired Lancome Personal Concierge. And today, we are proud to present you the most revolutionary travel retail application that marks as the true beginning of a borderless travel retail platform.
Lancome Concierge app is a service that goes far beyond the travel retail, which could expand our boundaries and provide much linear service crafted to each individual. We believe that our guests should not be limited by those only with wings, but also at home that buy duty-free products from their friends who travel. Now let's take a look how our concierge will serve our guests. Starts with a click, when guests logging in from their various social media platforms and select their travel destinations. Travel exclusive products available only at those airports will be recommended, and as well as popular products used by their friends and influencers. Reviews and comments made by them would help guests decide which products are best suited for them. Once the guests have finished off shopping, they can either choose to pay now or at the counters up to their convenience. The guest flight information would then be needed in order to be delivered at the right time and to the right person. And lastly, either save the QR shopping code or send it to their friend through social media, who will be picking up the product for them. Both of our guests that have the application will be rewarded with our loyalty points after each purchase. It's easy as that. Check in and check out.
So, with the concierge application, Lancome is now able to serve customers like Mr. Varapon, who is currently in a rush by simply using our QR shopping code. And at the same time, BA will have the full potential to serve customers like Ms. Femika, ultimately leads to the potential sales increase and a breakthrough the norms of travel retail.
Now, let's talk about how are we going to reach this customer. We have provided them 3 phases: pre-launch, launch, and post-launch. The objective of the first 2 phases is to increase the awareness of people about our new store concept and the application, increase the adoption trial in the application, eventually lead the traffic to the store. Ladies and gentlemen, in this afternoon, we are gathering here. You and the people who has been following our social media at home are the first in the world to know about this campaign. Anyone who downloads this new application and use it on the official launch date of our hotel will get to these surprises. For example, a luxury limousine flight to an upgrade to first class on your flight. These lucky winners will also be announced on the official launch date of Hotel de Lancome. The most importantly, they will be featured in our viral video campaign, which at the end will encourage the guests to download these applications, which they can also experience in these surprises we have mentioned earlier. Now, moving on to the last channel in the second phase. This is based on the traveler's behavior. Now, I would like to ask all of you here, when you want to book your flight or hotel, what do? What channel you do?
Our next door neighbor, Booking.com.
Yes, exactly, like Booking.com. So we planned to put our advertising in the website like TripAdvisor. So this website, it will create the curiosity for people. Why there be such a hotel for Lancome inside this TripAdvisor? Once they click on it, they will find out more about our store concept in the travel retail website. And the most importantly, our ad banner will pop up and notify them to download the application now to get a free travel exclusive gift from us. The most importantly, we think that traveling is like sharing. These guests are highly encouraged to share to their friends to get exactly the same surprises that they do.
Now, moving on to the last phase of our IMC campaign, we would like to amplify our store concept to the rest of the world in the most simplified way. Now, first, insights shows that travelers everywhere, wherever you guys go, travelers love to check in, especially at the
Airport!
Exactly. So we want our guests, once they step into the store, to participate in our in-store digital campaign, which is very easy. Guests have to check in our hotel location and tag a friend that they would like to go on a dream trip with. Now, once the guests have checked in our location from their social media, a live feed from our in-store LCD display would personally welcome the guest into the hotel with the guest name on it, of course. Now, guests participating in this event will get a chance to win a true 5-star hotel experience in their dream hotel. Now, the point of this campaign is very simple. We want to generate a buzz to the public out there as in why there would be a hotel inside an airport or a hotel service inside an airport. Now, moving on to the last phase, which is to loyalize the customers. How are we going to do this? Simple. We want our BA to encourage the customers after they have left the store to go home, to leave the store with the applications in their hands by incentivizing them with our loyalty program from the application to reinforce future visits of our store. And now, currently today, we are in the first phase, which is the launch event. And 1 month from now, it will be our official launch of L'Hôtel de Lancome and as well as the concierge application. And throughout the years, during high seasonal campaigns, we will have in-store digital campaign to ensure the highest social media coverage about our stores worldwide. And once our hotel has opened its doors to the public, we believe it will able to attract a much wider group of audiences due to our unique in-store concept and experiences, our leaner services such as the concierge application, and we hope that it will enable Lancôme to establish a stronger positioning on the 6th continent. Ladies and gentlemen, we really hope that you have enjoyed our pre-launch event of Hotel de Lancôme and felt a glimpse of a very bright future that we have in store for Lancôme in the 6th continent. Monsieur, Madame, merci pour votre attention. Ladies and gentlemen, we, the Siamese cats,
Hope you enjoy our presentation.
And now the floor is open for Q&A.